Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
aka two brothers, no Dr. Joyce brothers,
aka two pods that are pandy, two bros, Jason and Randy.
Heyo!
It's just one pod that's pandy and two bros, Jason and Randy.
Heyo!
Guys, we're coming to the end of these Pandy Pods, and this has been such a joy, and we're counting it down. We only have a handful left for you, but we want to give you plenty of time and ample sort of warning that this is going to come to a close. And what a joy it's been to do for you guys for a year and 3 months, to give you guys all this content and do it every day for you. It's kind of helped us. It helped us get through the pandemic when it was at its deepest.
Yep.
And now that we're coming out of it, I feel like it's time
We're
to
ready to move on to a new
page. So we're going to be doing the Sklar Brothers Patreon, where we're doing a Cheap Seats episode just for you. Every month, we're going to try and do that. I'm really excited about that. Plus, extra content from our View from the Cheap Seats podcast, interview questions with our guests that is only for you.
Plus, stories like this 4 times a month.
Yeah, we're going to try and do that weekly as well.
Plus some more things. So
it's going to be done $5 a month, and that's a great way to support us. We hope as many of you listen to this will come and support that. We've loved, again, giving you so much content as much as we can. We're always trying to do it for you. It's a great way to give back and get a little something in return. So I hope you'll check that out, and I believe that will be at patreon.com/Sklar Brothers, or search Sklar Brothers, and you'll find it there. All right, let's jump into this.
Yes.
Because this story is insane because of just the idea, and it brings me back to the old swingers scene with Jon Favreau.
That's one of the most iconic scenes.
And cringeworthy car wreck of a scene that you just
You're talking about the Nintendo hockey scene.
Yes,
right?
I am. I am talking about that. One dude.
Obviously.
One dude, one setup answering machine, only his dialogue, and a beautiful descent into embarrassing despair. And everybody who's ever left a message on a phone
and then wanted it back, but then stopped short of calling back.
And kept digging and kept digging.
So this was a train wreck that just kept getting worse, that we couldn't stop watching. We couldn't stop digging
It's
into.
iconic. It happened in real life, though, and we have to...
Sort of.
Sort of, but let's get into it.
And this time it was it was a drunk guy calling an aquarium, which...
It's not like the aquarium's going to date him.
No.
He doesn't really have a chance.
He's got no chance with the aquarium. All right. While inebriated, a man became curious about what his area would have looked like underwater and why seahorses act like they do. Yes, I said horses.
Seahorses.
And he knew exactly who to contact to get the answers.
His area?
He means his junk, right?
Let's find out.
That? Okay.
Let's find out.
Drunk man became curious about sea life while on a night out. He had to be alone when he was doing this.
This happened in Florida, right?
Yes. In Florida, that sentence usually ends with, so he tried to have sex with a stingray.
That's right. That's right. You cannot enter a stingray's realm.
Or in Florida, so he broke into a Red Lobster and masturbated into the garlic butter.
All right. Isn't this the show description for My Octopus Teacher?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Guy wants to find out about marine life. All of a sudden, he starts falling in love with some animals.
That's right.
Man, I thought about that guy. His wife had to be at times you're going where again?
Yeah, I know. There were moments where yes, we got to go out and do stand up. We love it, but we're anyway.
This drunk idiot got interested in sea life, so he bombarded an aquarium hotline.
You
with
should not have a
questions
hotline.
about seahorses, fish food traditions, and prehistoric sea life.
Became curious describes a lot of drunk people. Like when you're really drunk, you become curious.
She became curious about what was in the sewer, and that's how she got her head stuck in the drain.
He became curious about how hot ovens can get, and so he climbed in and tried to broil himself.
That's what drunk people do. They get curious about stuff. He got curious about how sharp the knife was, and then he sat on it. It's like, no. That's bad.
She became curious, and so she wanted to see if she could drive with her hands.
He became curious and decided, how far up will the gerbil go? And you're
you just don't. That's what happens when you're drunk.
The man who remains anonymous, which is a shame. I do want to know who this guy is.
He needs to be made public.
He had a lot on his mind while out having a drink, and over 2 hours, he texted the education line several individual questions.
Sexted them.
He kind of sexted them a little bit. I should become an ocean agoraphobe, an oceanographac. An oceanographist?
I don't know. What is it? Oceanographobe.
All right. So he was curious about what his environment would have looked like before it was dry land, which I get
pretty curious. I like this
about
questioning.
what those who study marine life disagree with, and why seahorses grip things with their tail.
Okay, bro. This is what Google is for. Google
The last
is made
one
for
for
this.
sure can give you the answer on Google.
Dude, Alexa was built for this shit.
Don't bother other people with your drunk questions.
You've got Google. Google is there to answer you when your family members are like, shut up.
Now, let me just say this. If this was all a joke and the guy was just doing this as a gag,
Phenomenal. I love it.
good on you, bro. I love it. I love where you're going with this. I love the whole
joke.
thing. The next morning, the aquarium educator replied and answered each question before adding the man's wife was turtily lucky that he was drunk and texting aquariums rather than women. He ain't lying. That educator ain't lying.
Ain't lying.
I might be a she. She ain't lying. He ain't lying.
She
I don't know.
ain't lying.
Although I did find it weird that he texted a starfish you up.
That was weird.
Because number one, it's hard to tell when they're up.
That's right, because he texted a sea cucumber, what's happening?
Where you at, girl? The excerpt from the South Carolina Aquarium in the U.S. Shared an image of the messages with the caption, when someone drunk texts the Ask an Aquarium Educator number.
I love this.
Man, first of all, I love that they made it public.
I love that they made it funny.
I like that they called it out so that everyone can
right.
see it. This is how we learn people, right?
This is
what we call continuing education.
This is what it
these
looks
days.
like in today's day and age.
Get 'em drunk.
See what they want to know.
That's what community
You're
college
going to get
is.
the real that is what community college. You're going to get the real questions when they're drunk.
The questions read this. I am currently at the corner of Market and Meeting.
Oh, God.
Are those streets or is that an emotional place?
Yeah, maybe. Or is that like a marketing meeting?
What would I have seen around me 10,000 years ago before the area was settled by humans?
Also, where can I get a taco right now?
And also, what should I call her back? It's a weird thing to text an aquarium.
It is
very
a
bizarre
weird thing to, yeah.
Then he had texted the aquarium. Also, when was the area first settled? Is that a marine question?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe an
That's
aquarium.
You don't ask an aquarium that.
You think people in an aquarium are smart enough to answer that for you.
Save that drunk text for the Museum of Natural History.
That's right.
Bitch.
That's next weekend, baby.
Let's take a break.
Let's
When
take a break.
we come back. We're going to find out what
more
else.
he texted. This is insane. This is Sklar Country, the virus edition. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. As we mentioned, search us up on Patreon. We're trying to start this thing and create new stuff for you in a new way, only specifically for you.
$5 a month. You get a new Cheap Seats episode just for you. You get these types of episodes, a handful of those every month, plus extra content from our view from the Cheap Seats. Why not do it? It's a cup of coffee. It's a great way to support, and that is the next thing moving forward. All right. So when we talked about when we left, there was a
Guy was drunk sexting an aquarium.
Yeah. So what else did he sext?
Next, is there something unique to the Low Country that those who study marine life are fascinated by? Yeah. Drunk yahoos like you living in the Low Country.
He just wanted to talk to someone, Jay.
If I'm his wife, I'm like, why wouldn't you ask me these questions, babe?
I would be scared about our future.
Yeah. The first 3 questions were sent around 10:30 p.m. The second half sent nearly 2 hours later at 12:05.
He is getting drunk.
So he's
not
sauced up.
He's not sobering up. I'll tell you that much right now.
And then he didn't hear back, and he thought he'd float another few questions, right? So he put
It's
the
the
first ones
last
out
ditch
there.
up. Didn't
and
hear
he
back.
did.
What else can I get?
The second set read, on what subjects do marine biologists disagree?
Oh, God.
There must be things generally agreed upon, but what are the theories currently
it was
being
2 hours.
debated?
It's 2 hours of him being like, I'm going to text him. His friends are like, don't do it.
man.
I'm going to do it.
I just
We got to find out, you guys.
What are you doing?
We got to find
Can
out.
I just sit here and do this?
We gotta find out.
You can't sit
You guys don't
in
understand.
the street and text the
We
aquarium.
got to find out. I need to find out.
Here's
if
the
these-
theory that they all agree on how to ignore drunk people.
Yeah. So, some say block them.
Well, I guess they disagree. Others say save the text and expose them to the public.
That's right.
That's what this South Carolina aquarium did.
This next one is like, please get him away from the bottle.
Also, why do seahorses grab anything they can with their prehensile tails?
Prehensile is like,
Once he used prehensile,
Prehensile,
I'm
you're
like,
like-
all right, did you work for an aquarium and now you're just trying to show off
or
that you know
that
this?
he's joking.
If he is, again,
Congrats, bro.
Congrats,
I love
bro.
this so much. This is hilarious.
He's either joking or he used to work in an aquarium and then he got drunk and he's like, I'm gonna mess with these people.
right. Just he got fired for hanging out with the baby sharks too much and touching them too much. Don't touch him. Don't touch him, bro.
Why should I only eat oysters in months that contain the letter R? This guy has knowledge, okay?
Exactly.
He knows you know the answers to these questions.
That's right.
Now you're just testing people.
He's looking for a a sea connection, if you will, Jay.
To me, this is what Finding Nemo should have been about.
A drunk guy texting questions about the sea.
Finding out about Nemo.
There you go.
The documentary about a drunk guy texting an aquarium, finding out about Nemo. Hello, Pixar.
There
You're
you
welcome.
go. You're welcome.
The aquarium also shared an image of the answers, although not every answer was included.
This is how you teach. This is a teachable moment, gang.
Right? This should be on the front page of their website.
There
This
you go.
whole interaction.
This whole interaction right here. Screen grab it.
Any publicity, by the way, is good publicity for an aquarium.
Yeah.
If we're not in the aquarium game and we're out there talking about how an aquarium
Guys,
dealt with a
we
drunk
haven't
guy,
talked about aquariums this entire pandemic, and here we are talking about it.
they read, seahorses like to use their tails to hold on because they aren't very good swimmers, and they may get tossed around in the currents if they aren't holding on.
Much like a drunk guy who texts at random.
Right? Random questions to a marine biology information line late at night. He's getting tossed around by currents.
The currents that he created. Keep going.
As far as oysters, this rule comes from the fact that bacteria is harmful to humans and is more likely to be present in the warmer seasons that do not carry a month ending in R.
There you go. In other words, you know what you're talking about. Here you go.
Thanks for sparking a discussion.
This
bro.
drunk guy did. He stirred up currents.
The post on Facebook attracted many likes and comments, which many people wanted to know what the experts disagree on. So they kindly posted an answer. I love these people.
This is great, guys.
They wrote, there are a number of topics disputed by biologists. Sometimes they are disputed because of I actually disagree with that. Sometimes they are disputed because of the intersex. They have certain specifics, other because some biologists are just assholes.
That's
No,
right.
they didn't say that.
They did not say that.
But
We
wouldn't that be
added
great if they did that?
If they did say that. Some of them are
A
jerks.
few examples are the scientific name of marsh grass. How many times have you been in an argument? You see two marine biologists
Just going
at
at
each
you
other.
like they're probably
What'd
arguing.
you call me? What'd you call that?
No. They're probably
Called it
arguing
marsh grass?
You're all right. And then some people
Did you
called,
say Spartina alterniflora?
No, I said Spirabolus alterniflorus.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
So you're throwing biology shade at me.
Marine biology shade coming your way.
Wow.
If you ever try and step to me with Spartina altinflora, I will knock your block off. I got nothing to say to you. I'll walk away.
There are a number of theories as to why the megalodon shark went extinct.
None of which were explored in the movie Meg, but still.
Which, by the way, I thought the movie Meg was a movie about Meg Ryan's lips.
Enormous, terrifying, deadly.
Yeah.
There are also debates surrounding the purpose of
Keeled scales on snakes.
and many more. So I love that they're just bringing these out.
And there was the question of how many mermaids are being kept in Tom Hanks' basement.
Or whether or not
How many bodies did Robert Durst dump into bodies of water?
That's a good question. How many heads are in duffel bags in Galveston?
Other people were quick to praise the aquarium and thank them for the information. Yes, we're among you.
Who wasn't praising them? Who wasn't saying like you handled a drunk guy?
By the way, the aquarium came off looking great in this story, period. One user, Annie Keeping, wrote, I have officially added the SC Aquarium to my list of dream destinations. The patience and thoughtfulness of the aquarium educator should be legendary. Should be legendary.
It is legendary.
It's the stuff of legends.
In keeping with legendary legends and keeping, this is it.
Do you think the zoo would have been this patient with this bozo?
Zoo would have blocked his drunk ass or sent him a gif
of a monkey drinking his own pee. That's what the zoo would have done.
That's
The
right.
aquarium is a patient place. Also, I will be avoiding the Ask an Aquarium Educator number at all costs for fear of the temptation it would be too great after a beer number 3.
There you go. That's a
This
good.
is going to be a new trend.
Don't text the aquarium while you're drunk.
Drunk questions for aquariums. It's the new drunk dialing. It's a cry for kelp.
Oh God!
Really?
Stop it.
At Sklar Brothers. They should call it a kelp line.
Yeah, it's
24-hour kelp line.
It's better than reaching out to an ex. I'll tell you that.
Because what's crazy is that the aquarium will not only answer you in the morning, it might even respect you for reaching out, as opposed to the ex. So I say keep drunk dialing aquariums. It's good for the society. It's good for knowledge.
It's good for the
aquarium.
environment.
It's
All
good
right,
for the
guys, that
environment.
is a show. Stay connected, stay protected. Don't get infected. Guys, get vaccinated. Get your kids vaccinated. We'll see you tomorrow.
La ti da, la ti da ti da ti da, la ti da.